Hello everyone, Ozzy here. In this video we're going to explain how to navigate the shipbuilding menu in Starfield, because the game does a rubbish job of doing it for us. So the first thing to know about this are the vertical levels. Over here on the right you'll see R and F. R raises our vertical level, F lowers it. Now what this means is if you pick up a piece and it's not connecting for you, you're probably on the wrong vertical level. A lot of times you can try turning and stuff and trying to get it to work and it's just not working. It's vertical levels. The next thing is what view you're in while you're looking at this, and by that I mean like degrees of angle. So right now I'm in what I consider a 45-degree view. I can move stuff around, it looks easy and stuff. There's also like the top view where I can move stuff but I can't really tell what vertical level I'm on in terms of looking at things. And then there's also the bottom view, which is nice for, you know, if I've got a ship that has 4 or 5 levels on it and I need to access the sort of under grid level, I can do that. The biggest thing I would say is try to avoid this horizontal view. It's either going to, see, like right now I'm trying to move this piece and it's not even letting me, but if I do get to move it, there's no telling where this piece ends up. If I try and put it over here, well, it's actually way over here now at the back of the grid. So try to avoid that horizontal view. It can really kind of mess with you. Alright, talking about movement. So if I use my WASD keys, that will translate me horizontally around the grid. If I use my right mouse button, I can rotate up, down, left, right, whatever. If I hold the middle mouse button, or like if I click down on the scroll wheel, I can move the same way that WASD would, but it is such a pain, I don't recommend it. And then to zoom in, you just use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. To actually select your pieces, you can left click and hold, or you can press the space bar and you don't have to hold it down or anything, it'll just pick up the piece and move along with it. Sometimes you may try and click hold something with the mouse button and it doesn't grab it. Space bar for me has just been a whole lot easier to use. You can also move multiple things at a time. If you left click on something, it'll highlight in red. Then you can also control left click and it'll highlight another one. Now you do have to still be hovering over this, press spacebar and it'll grab both of them. Or you can still use the mouse button and grab it as well. Similarly, you can double click and it will highlight everything that is connected. Sometimes you'll get an error that says there's a module that's not connected. Double click is really useful for telling you what that piece is because this one's not highlighted. If you're ever putting on multiple pieces at once, so say I want to add 6 fuel tanks for whatever reason, rather than going to the menu every single time, I can hit Control G and duplicate as many as I want instead. You can also select multiple and hit Control G, and that will duplicate everything you have selected. So if I wanted to completely duplicate this ship, I actually can't duplicate that module, then I could do that, grab G and grab the entire thing. Now sometimes you grab a ton of stuff that you don't actually need. You can hit Control, it'll open this little option menu down here. Control Z will undo what you've just done, and then Control Y will redo what you have done, or what you have undone, I suppose. You can also just hover over something and hit the delete key. And similarly, you can multi-select, hover over, hit the delete key, and it'll delete everything that's selected. Be careful with that, because sometimes you'll select one thing, another thing, and if you're hovering over a third thing but you haven't selected it, and you hit the delete key, it will delete the thing that you're hovering over as well. And then if you're wanting to add pieces, just press the G key. You can press Q and T up here to switch between them, or you can just left click on the different sides to switch between the menus. Some modules have multiple variants, especially like the halves will have the armory versus the control station or whatever. You'll use your left and right arrow keys to switch between those variants. You can also, once you've selected that piece, if you pick it up with edit, you can switch between the variants still as well. If you ever need to flip modules to the opposite side, say I want to take this fuel tank and the shield, I can't put the shield on this side and I can't put the fuel tank on the other side. If you press Z, it'll flip it. So now you can swap the sides, or even put it on top if it has that option. If you need to check what your error is, why it's not letting you complete your build, go down here to flight check or press C, and that'll tell you what your error is and what you need to do, like unattached modules. Oh, I need to come in here and reattach that. Also, you'll get an error sometimes that say your weapons need to be assigned. You'll hit flight check, come up here to the weapons tab, and then you'll just select to make sure each of your weapons are assigned to at least one of your weapon systems. I think that's pretty much everything there is to know about how to actually navigate the Shipbuilder's menu. I'm planning on doing a larger video that really goes comprehensive in-depth onto all the different parts, what you need to know about them, and how to really piece a ship together well. But for just this quick how to navigate, I know it's frustrating for a lot of people. I hope this helped, and I will see you all next time.